we have an expectation or assumption that a certain human being should show up in a certain way, that your body should perform in a certain way, that you should achieve a certain outcome. Any time you have an expectation or an assumption around how you feel life should show up for you, you render yourself extremely vulnerable to rising and falling depending on how the world responds or doesn't respond. I've studied stress relief and anxiety management, my mom will say, since I was 5 years old. In my baby book, at 5 years old, she said, Lauren asks questions as if she's an old soul, always wondering why people do what they do. And 5 minutes later, carried that child out. There was no fear, doubt, or worry. Why was this the case? Because he had definitiveness of purpose. Why do you do what you do? This is an examination of consciousness. When you pause for a moment throughout the day, and by the way, biologically speaking, who's familiar with the BRAC system, the B-R-A-C system of the brain? Your brain is going for 90 minutes. It's either left hemisphere dominant or right hemisphere dominant, and there are ways to figure this out. My back very slowly onto my front. So now I don't know if I'm coming or going most days. Honestly. Humor is one of the most powerful ways to de-stress the earth suit. And as I stood in the shower with the tubes coming out of my sides and surveying what was no longer there, a true amputation, anybody that's gone through that, and I've worked with many, many people, it's amazing that the people that continually are my clients are those who either have known people that have gone through the experience of cancer or who are going through advanced cancer themselves, as I did. And as I looked at the earth suit that I didn't really recognize, as my youngest daughter, I have 3 teenagers now. There were 8, 10, and 12 at the time. And when I lost my hair and eyebrows, and it's amazing how much the eyebrows form the... I'll never forget looking at that. Wow, I look like Casper the Ghost. There's no eyebrows. Because I have big eyebrows. I was born in I grew up in Long Island, and big... Anybody from Long Island, New York, that area? So bigger the better, right? So when you're bald, you don't know what to do. What do I do? And so when I was standing there completely stripped of every physical recognition of my earth suit, it was the craziest experience. It was then that I remembered, first and foremost, where my strength comes from. This body that I'm speaking through to you right now, this is my soul speaking to your soul right now. This is the distraction of the flesh, but I'll tell you, it's a gift when it's no longer a distraction. And you are stripped. And all you see are the windows to your soul. And as I looked at my body, and I didn't physically recognize myself, I said, thanks be to God, got remarried 4 years ago. And he got into his bed, and he felt something at the bottom of his bed. And he pulls it out, it's a little tomahawk. And on the tomahawk it says, slay the serpents of negative thinking. The choice is yours. Because he was allowing the opinions of people at work to dilute his strength and ability to speak the truth, act in love, and detach from outcome. Those 4 things, I have them pasted on my wall. Be present, speak the truth, act in love, detach from outcome. This is a simple practice. And it brings so much levity to life. Can you imagine? How many people in this room have ever stayed awake at night, or been woken up at night, wondering how things are going to turn out. I need to know how things are going to turn out in order to feel safe. I'd like to leave you with a quick one. This is one of my favorites. At the base of your neck, there's a U-shaped dip. If you go down, naturally, you... Am I done? Oh, 10 more. Thank you. Thank you.
I just love Lauren, so I want to have more time.
I hear you.
We want to hear her.
Thank you, sister. I want to honor my time, though, as well, because I'll ride the bus. But here's your stop. So, at the base of your neck, there's a U-shaped dip, 2 inches down. If you tap here, naturally you gravitate. Why do children suck their thumb? There's a main meridian at the end of the thumb that actually releases the relaxation response in the body. But you can't do that, right? All people think it's the drug of approval. You try it at the table, see if it works. This one is more acceptable amongst adults. So at the base of your neck, there's a U-shaped dip, 2 inches down. As you're tapping, you simply relax your body, because naturally you'll go here, or you'll do this when you're stressed, or another one when you have migraines, you'll do this. That's another technique as well that works great for migraines as well as lack of focus when you have the foggy thinking. But this one is when the heart starts racing and you were spun by what another human being did or said or didn't do. They spun you. You're spun. And whatever you drag out into the light loses its grip. True transformation happens with 2 things. Ruthless honesty and the ability to adjust. That's why I love the sumo wrestler. As a martial artist, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. But then with the arms, the flexibility, ruthless honesty and flexibility. So as you tap on your thymus, this is relaxing your biological response. What happens with stress is you have blood vessels in the front part of your brain. And when you feel threatened, they constrict. They shoot the blood to the back part of the brain, which gives you the ability to run, to fight, or to freeze. Deer in the headlights. That's actually what's happening. How many people fight? How many fighters do we have? I'm a fighter. Fighters? How many people run? I'm out of here, man. I'm not dealing with that. We got some fleers? How many deer in the headlights? I didn't know what to say. I didn't know clue. I didn't know what to say when they said that to me. And then you keep ruminating with the deer in the headlights. This is all what's going on in the earth suit. This is your brain. It's freezing. There's a disconnect between the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. So you're able to biologically run. It's not the lions and tigers and bears. It's fear, doubt, and worry. You're creating your own jungle. You are the jungle master. Truly, the jungle master. And you can take it back by instantly addressing your biology, connecting to your breath.